What? Since niggas don't like my podcast, fuck you too. Niggas wanna fucking run around and broadcast when I'm trying to motherfucking podcast.
It's WTF News, hosted by OGSB.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Yo, it's your boy OG Shizzy Brizzle. This is another WTF News on Shizzy Lit Podcast. You understand me? I'm just updating y'all on that $1 million lawsuit from Michigan. The little teacher cut the little student hair and shit without permission after a student had cut her hair on a school bus like 2-3 days before. The father took the little girl to the salon after the first time her hair got cut and got an asymmetrical do. You feel me? So that shit can look like something and shit. Whole time she go back to school like 2-3 days later, the teacher cut the other side, try and even it out. Don't even know my man got it like that on purpose and all that shit. So now my man feel disrespected and yo suing for $1 million. Y'all gotta go back and listen to the first one. And this is the update here from WTF News. You know how we do it and you know the motto. Here we go.
This is a federal lawsuit now against the school district and 2 school staff members. It's a story in our own backyard that has now attracted international attention. You can't ignore it. We spoke with Jimmy Hoffmeyer and his daughter Journey in the spring after her hair was cut. He laid out that sequence of events and explained why the situation for him was so disturbing.
Did she tell you why she cut your hair?
To make it even.
That's us speaking with 7-year-old Journey in April after the child's hair was cut not once, but twice. First by a student and then by a staff member in Mount Pleasant Public Schools.
I just don't understand why she thought that a child could make any decisions like that, whether it was straightening it, whether it was cutting it. Why is she touching my child, period, during a COVID pandemic and without permission? I don't understand that.
Jimmy Hoffmeyer says back in March, his daughter's hair was cut on a bus by a student. He took her to a salon to have it fixed, and a few days later, a library staff member at Journey's school cut her hair again. And since that incident, Hoffmeyer has decided to sue in federal court for $1 million, alleging assault and battery, the intentional infliction of emotional distress, and a violation of constitutional rights, plus racial and ethnic discrimination. In April, I asked Hoffmeyer about that last part.
How central do you think it is here? Do you think that the fact that your daughter is both black and white in a predominantly white environment played a role?
See, that is the hardest question to answer, being that I hope that everybody can understand that I really don't know. I honestly don't know. I've been in the school system my whole life. I have experienced some racism, but you always hope that it isn't the case.
Virtually all the stories covering Journey's case across the nation and even internationally mention the fact Journey is both black and white. The lawsuit alleging race played a role. We spoke with Christina Laster, the Director of Policy and Legislation with the National Parents Union, about that issue, as it's become central to the way the story is being covered pretty much everywhere.
It seems that a lot of people feel that the staff member clearly was wrong, but that this wasn't necessarily racially motivated. In fact, Jimmy Hoffmeyer even said he's not sure if race is a factor here. How are you so certain that race is a factor?
We really have to question the motivation, right? Why did they perceive Journey Hoffmeyer's hair a problem to be dealt with? And when you're talking then further about the rights of persons, you have to look at protected classes. We can't forget that in schools, there are subpopulations protected classes according to race, ethnicity, gender.
And of course, in this case, we reached out to the school district several times today. No response by news time. But Amy Bond, the president of the Mount Pleasant Public Schools Board of Education, told the Associated Press that they performed a third-party investigation and said, quote, "We will aggressively defend against these baseless allegations in court and will not allow this to distract us from our mission to provide every child a world-class education that prepares them for college and careers," end quote. Taryn?
All right, Hillary, thank you. The Mid-Michigan dad that is now taking his daughter's school district to court. Jason Carr joins us now in the carport with the reason why.
Good morning. He is suing for $1 million after his daughter's hair was cut at school by a staff member earlier this year. The suit was filed against Mount Pleasant Public Schools, a librarian and a teacher's assistant. It alleges the rights of 7-year-old Journey Hoffmeyer, who is biracial. Her rights were violated. But of the girl's long curls, the suit also claims racial discrimination and ethnic discrimination, as well as assault and battery. And the 7-year-old girl had asked a library employee for the haircut, but the father says staff should have picked up the phone before picking up the scissors. The girl's dad says her hair was cut twice at school in March. The district says it reprimanded 3 employees involved with the haircut.
They kind of brushed it off as an incident that kind of just happens. Well, it doesn't just kind of happen that a child goes to school and teaching staff decides to cut her hair. The environment and the culture at Mount Pleasant School District obviously needs to change, because there's no way that a school district in 2021 should think that cutting a minor child's hair at school is not a big deal.
All right, the district has already released findings from a third-party investigation that said, although this happened without parental knowledge and in violation of school policy, there is no evidence it was motivated by racial bias. School administrators say they will work to make sure an incident like this never happens again.
So there you have it. Shizzy Lit Podcast and WTF News always going to keep you updated. So if he get that $1 million, I'm going to let you know about that. Whatever he get, if they settle out of court, I'm going to let you know about that. But don't forget where the fuck you heard it from. It's your boy, OG Shizzy Browser, WTF News on Shizzy Lit Podcast. You heard me. Follow me on all social medias and shit. Shizzy Lit Podcast around the board. And all your favorite streaming platforms. Shizzy Lit Podcast, you understand me? And Stealth Bomb Company if you want that flame music. You understand me? Until next time, I'ma holla at you. Yiddy!
I'm back. I'm on my Shizzy Lit shit. 20, 30 grand, one pocket. Black truck outside. Podcasting it up fast. You niggas is slow poke. You need to catch up. Murphy Holmes. Here we go again.